Welcome Satyan to FFSC Skill Expert Talk, Voice of Industry, India Out 2026. It is a pleasure to have you again, and you are one of the most prominent voices in the industry, expert in the industry to talk about where the industry is going, how it is going, and the opportunity that it offers. So my first question is, everybody keeps saying that interior furniture sector is a sunrise sector. It's a booming sector. So given your experience, how do you see it? Last 10 years, next 10 years? Is there a real opportunity or are we just saying it for the heck of saying it? So can you throw some more light on that?
Namaskar, thank you. Thanks for the invite, thanks for the time. India is still very young as far as furniture industry goes. 85% of the industry is still unorganized working on sites. But within next decade, you will see that this will flip. Whereas 85% would be organized and eyebrows would go up when somebody would say that a carpenter is coming to my house and working on site. It will be very expensive. Very expensive because carpenter's son do not want to become a carpenter. He has seen his father sitting on the floor working in a dusty environment. His father has seen that always he has been saluting the contractor and the architect for life. So dignity of his job is missing. A carpenter overseas would be not less than an engineer. In fact, they are engineers because they would take a design, they would engineer that design to save on time, on raw material, on labor, on freight, on installation. So, this is nothing but engineering. Along the way, they have understood that my next generation should not be doing this. And that's the reason this shift would happen. The new industry where everything is mechanized with low cost automation, so everything is happening in a workshop, wastage is under control, time is under control. The societies on site do not allow working for extended hours. They don't allow 2 to 4 because in afternoons many societies they get disturbed. They don't want any noise between 2 to 4. They don't allow them to work on weekends, whereas the carpenters are mostly migrants. And when you are a migrant, you have to pay a migrant minimum 1.5 to 2 times of the salary. So, on one hand, because the cost of living is high for a migrant versus factory that can work efficiently for entire 8, 10, 12 hours, it makes all the sense to come to a workshop. So everything will be under control and the fitting has to be, all the installation has to be dry fit and no working on the site. It has to minimum limited to the installations.
So can it be said safely that it's a job-rich sector?
It's not job rich, there are multiple jobs. So every job has demand in itself. So every job is a rich job within this industry. It can start from designing. But designer, just being a designer is average. But a designer topping up with skills of engineering is high value. So a designer who knows engineering, who can break the design into parts, who can design for manufacturing DFM, understanding as to what resources available in the workshop, what are the kind of machines, what is the size of the machine, how many tool changers are there. So if there is a machine that is small, so he needs to engineer to bring together two parts on site. If it goes beyond the size of the machine, if the machine is large, then he can save on the cycle time. So this engineering has to be taught to the designers. So that is design rich. The engineering part is the most demanding part, where if the students, the workers, if they work on the engineering part, then there is no looking back. The demand and the salaries are very high. So it is very engineering rich. On machines, if you are working on power tools, you require very high skills and your payout is low just because your throughput isn't there. But if you work on CNC machines, then the pay is very high. they can straight away double their salaries on CNC machines.
Can you throw some numbers on the what would be the cost or what is the payout a student can get when they start their career, and how can they double it up or increase it over the period of, let's say, 3 years, 5 years, given
So
the demand in the industry right now?
we'll start with the base pay once the students pass out and enter into an industry. A designer, just because they are well read, well trained, might get a job of 25, 30,000 rupees,
That you're saying it's just starting salary.
just starting salary,
Okay.
which in today's terms is not a great salary. A helper or a carpenter at basic level would start at 15,000, 20,000. And if they are a migrant, then it is very difficult because staying in urban areas will cost them 5 to 6,000 rupees bare minimum just for their room and food. So they don't get to save anything. And for a machine operator, if they are basic machine operators, they will be making 15 to 25,000 rupees. But if they top up their skills through FFSC and they understand the entire ecosystem, reading the drawings, reading the designs, engineering it, doing machine by machine, knowing the entire process, having sense of color, having sense of design, having sense of optimization, they can take away anything between 15,000 to 1.5 lakhs depending on
The range that is. So
on the range.
you mean to say that if you top up skills and if you have multi skills, you understand overall value chain, then you can keep on growing, keep on increasing your
Yeah.
and the sky's the limit here in this industry. And they can even go to entrepreneurship, is it?
Yes, definitely. The biggest challenge of our industry is poaching. This itself shows that there is demand. If poaching is happening, this means there is demand. And if poaching is happening, this means there is a supply gap. But we have so many students coming out year on year that are looking for jobs. So one side there is a supply, on another side there is demand. What we need to do is bridge the gap.
I would like to talk on the point of bridging the gap. You've been contributing for Skill India since the very beginning. You started an Academy Center of Excellence two and a half years back. What motivated you? What are you doing with that academy? Any challenges? Any success stories? If you could share that. As a follow-up, I would also like to ask that what can industry do, drawing from whatever you are doing right now?
So we are not a training school. We are a machine tool seller. We entered into training not for students, not for FFSC, but when we found there is so much of gap in the industry, the manufacturers are struggling with skilled helpers, skilled machine operators. On the other hand, there was practically no resource that was available in the industry. If you go to the best of the training schools, the best of the engineering schools, the best of the architecture schools, you see their workshops. So it is not in a very great condition. So I thought if these colleges, they have all the funding, but then they are not investing in the right machines. And if they invest, then it is a capex for them. After few years, those machines would get depreciated, or maybe they are out of technology because it would be changing almost every few years. So we thought, can we do something where we take away this capex from the training institutes? We are anyways having our showrooms for our customers. What if we build up a classroom where the students are able to come, see, understand, get trained on the best machines in the world without spending a penny? We are not taking any money from government, nor from the student, nor from the vendor, nor from the customer. How we have been able to achieve this is by motivating the industry to come together, and industry has been very supportive. The glue guys give adhesives, the hardware guys gives hardware, board guys they give boards, machine guys they give machines. The trainer comes in from Furniture Fitting Skill Council. The content comes from Furniture Fitting Skill Council. The certification comes from government. The entire ecosystem is functioning free of cost. We have already done proof of concept. FFSC has now also done proof of scale. What is pending now is how do we take this further and scale? Because India It needs thousands of such classrooms, thousands of such center of excellence, which has the best technology where we train on health, safety, sustainability, and like government idea is Z. Z is should be read in the same sequence: zero effect, zero defect, not zero defect, zero effect. This means what we are training the students is zero effect, means health and safety of the worker is intact, optimization of resources is intact, because waste of any resource is a national waste. Once zero effect is achieved, then comes zero defect, good quality, and good quality cannot be achieved at a cost of health and safety and or sustainability.
Drawing from that, I understand that there is an opportunity, but still a lot of people don't know about it. And especially if you're addressing the student community or the parent community or the academicians for that matter, what would be your message to each one of them, considering the opportunity that we are sitting at, and how can they tap that? So, for one message for all, all three of them, one message each, what would it be?
For the students, for the parents, for the industry, look how fast the technology is changing in terms of AI. AI will take over all the jobs that could have been achieved by a computer. So, who are at risk? The designers are at risk. All those people who are thinking and working on computer are at risk, because the computers will get faster and faster. This means they will get efficient. This means fewer people will be required in these job roles, because the designers who used to make designs, render it, instead of 10 designers, 2 designers might be required. What do other 8 designers do? Unless and until we use these designers, help them engineer, make something on the floor, this means if we are not topping up soft skills along with hard skills, their job is in risk, job is in danger. So sure, the trajectory for all the students for national education policy should be start technical, base should be technical, top it up with commercial, top it up with marketing and design. This is the
So,
only
you make the whole package and then you become super strong. Thank you so much, Satyan, for sharing your thoughts. It's always a pleasure to listen to your thoughts because they have so much substance to it, so much experience and background to it. And I'm sure the listeners, the parents, the academicians, and the learners would feel the same, and they would be inspired to join the interior and furniture sector. Thank you so much for being with us today. Wish you a very great India Wood.